Has anyone needed your help recently? Maybe your grandma needed help logging onto Instagram, or your little brother or sister needed help tying their shoe. Maybe someone you were eating lunch with had something stuck in their teeth. Totally gross. Now, depending on the person and your mood, maybe you helped them, or maybe you didn't. Everyone is helpful and generous sometimes. But what about the times we'd rather not be helpful? When we're too busy or annoyed or tired, or we're sure someone else will help them. In Jesus' time, people in need were often canceled by society instead of helped. They were ignored, judged, and left to fend for themselves. And we still kind of have that problem today, don't we? But Jesus challenged our tendency to ignore people who need help by constantly teaching and practicing this simple but powerful idea that we can love people who are in need. When you do, it's like you're doing it for Jesus himself. In Matthew 25:31-46, Jesus says this, "But when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit upon his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered in his presence, and he will separate the people as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will place the sheep on his right hand and the goats at his left. Then the king will say to those on his right, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the creation of the world. For I was hungry and you fed me. I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger and you invited me into your home. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison and you visited me.' Then these righteous ones will reply, 'Lord, when did we ever see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink, or a stranger and show you hospitality, or naked and give you clothing? When did we ever see you sick or in prison and visit you?' And the king will say, 'I tell you the truth, when you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you were doing it to me.' Then the king, he'll turn to those on the left and say, 'Away with you, cursed ones, into the fire prepared for the devil and his demons. For I was hungry and you didn't feed me. I was thirsty and you didn't give me a drink. I was a stranger, you didn't invite me into your home. I was naked and you didn't clothe me. I was sick and in prison and you did not visit me.' Then they will reply, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick in prison and not help you?' And he will answer, 'I tell you the truth, when you refuse to help the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you are refusing to help me.' And they will go away into eternal punishment, but the righteous will go into eternal life." Goats. They're pretty independent. Even when they're a member of the herd, they often explore and head out alone. They tend to be more concerned about themselves than they are about their goat friends. Sheep, on the other hand, well, they're all about the herd. They stick together all the time. How does Jesus judge who are sheep and who are goats? He makes his decision according to how they treat people, specifically people who are in need. Goats are the unrighteous ones, right? The unrighteous goats, who are the ones who didn't care for people in need because they were too busy thinking about themselves. Sheep, the righteous ones, the righteous sheep, were the ones who saw someone in need and ran to help. Maybe because they saw themselves as part of the herd and they were concerned about the other sheep nearby. According to Jesus, sheep are the kind of people who keep their eyes open for the needs of others and ask, "How can I help?" So the challenge for you this week is to act like a sheep and find ways we can honor Jesus by helping those around us.